Welcome to my channel. I'm Charlene, and before we move any forward with this video, please hit the subscribe button so you can come back and view more of my videos, okay? Woo! Now, I know I've been gone for a little minute, but I'm back. You know, I know you couldn't stand it. Dick Bandit, done landed, but I'm back, bitch. And I'm here to talk about the Real Housewives of Potomac. And I'm here to ask y'all, what the hell was Karen thinking with that braided up, matted up wig she was wearing down to the goddamn vacation in New Orleans? You could tell Karen is an old hoe because she was wearing that proudly, okay? She was on FaceTime with her boo with the black Bill Gates, and he was like, oh, you look good, honey. And Karen was like, oh, you like me with the natural hair. Girl, that ain't nothing natural about that, girl. Now, I don't know if your forehead, if you got a 5, 6, 7 head. I don't know if your edges is, gone. I don't know if your hair is ate up in the back. But, girl, the real sisters, we get our real hair braided, okay? Only the bald-headed bitches and the bitches that need to use castor oil on their edges, me included, get their hair braided at the root. Not from the wig, girl. That was not cute, but I'm going to let you live on that one, okay? Because we Maryland sisters, so I'm going to let you live on, live with that. But, girl, that's not cute. And for you to have shown that wig, professional or whatever that dude was that makes your wigs, he seemed like a young dude. He seemed like he was in the mix. He should have never sent you to New Orleans with that braided up wig pasted down on your forehead. I'm just saying. But anyway, the episode opens up and, Karen is reacting to Giselle bringing up the fact that Karen excuse me, didn't disclose details about her makeup venture, but felt comfortable enough to tell strangers about her, tell strangers about her ventures. And it's just like, Giselle, everything is not about you, Giselle. She's not ready to fucking talk to you about her stuff. Because when she talked to you about her business and about her ventures and about things she wanted to do and things she was going through last year, you made fun of her. And whether you did it to make the show more interesting, because you did say in the interview that you weren't sure if the Maryland Potomac was going to work because Bravo tried a Real Housewives with DC, and it didn't really pan out that well. So, I don't know if you were playing up to the camera and throwing shade at Karen and throwing her under the bus because you wanted to make the show pop. But at the end of the day, you disrespected that woman. And I thought it was funny during the confessions where, Giselle was talking about, oh, I don't know why, Karen, blah, blah, blah. And the producer brought up all of the instances where you disrespected her and made her feel some type of way. When it came down to the shirt with the free Uncle Ben, when you were brought up the fact that her husband wanted to smash the girl Erica, talking about her makeup and all this, girl, and her skincare and all this. Girl, she don't want to fucking talk to you. Get over it. Leave her alone. She'll talk to you when she wants to talk to you, okay? The scene moves on and Monique starts to talk about her mom and says that her mom called her a bitch. Basically, during one of their conversations, she said, you are a dumbass bitch. Quote, that's what Monique's mom said to Monique, and she started crying and everybody at the table was acting so shocked. And, you could tell Giselle and Robin are damn half white or majority white because these hoes is acting surprised and shocked like they don't know that this is how black mothers talk to their kids. My mother used to call me dumbasses. Now, she didn't really use the bitch word too much. But, my mother used to, verbally abuse the shit out of me. And I'm not saying that is right. But I'm saying, the way the girls was so shocked. Oh, your mother said that to you? Yeah. Y'all know how black mamas give it up. So I don't know why they was acting so goddamn surprised. But I thought it was really crazy when Monique said, the way that her mom treats her and the way that her mom, by her mom being a psychologist and diagnosed Monique at a young age with bipolarism and, the medicine and this, that, and the third. I think it was crazy that Monique, a married woman, not Monique, Candace. I've been talking about Candace the whole time, y'all. From the beginning of the statement when I said Candace's mom called her a bitch, I was talking about Candace, not Monique. We like Monique. Monique got home training. Candace is who I'm talking about. Now, Candace said that she didn't want to have kids, and it's really because of how she was raised and the relationship that she has with her mom, which I think is crazy. She's married. She just got married. And, usually when somebody gets married, the next step after that is children. And it was just really sad to find out that Candace is really contemplating having children because of this strained relationship, this fucked up relationship she has with her mom. I think that's really crazy and sad. So that's just sad. But, I think it's crazy that her mom is a psychologist, but she doesn't. And that might be why the ladies were so shocked when Candace said that her mom called her a bitch, a dumbass bitch. I think that's why they were so shocked. I'm hoping that's why they were so shocked, and not, I'm hoping that's why they were shocked. Her mom is a psychologist, psychologist, one of them bitches that do therapy with people. And I think it's crazy that her mom, goes to, dialogue like that with her daughter. When you're a psychologist, you're supposed to specialize in communication, how to talk to people and how to convey points. So, I don't know, but that just goes to show us that just because somebody got a degree and just because somebody, went to college does not mean that they're qualified for the job. Okay. Candace was talking to Giselle and talking to Katie, and you can tell that conversation was forced and that the producers asked for that conversation to happen. But nonetheless, Candace was talking to Katie and Giselle about Ashley and how, Ashley drinks a lot, and that Candace doesn't think that she's really trying to get pregnant because of all the drinking. I agree 100% with Candace. Ashley made it such a big point to talk about how she's changing her life and doing this holistic lifestyle change so she can get pregnant. But damn near every goddamn episode we done seen now, it's only been 5 episodes, and I know they do a lot of editing. But the last episodes, the majority, all of the episodes that has premiered so far, Ashley, you've been drinking. Your Corona lights. So, it is questionable, girl. Is you trying to be holistic and get pregnant, or is what's happening? So I do think it was a valid point, but, Candace, you did say it, and Candace, you was acting scared when Giselle or whoever brought it up at dinner. Like, when Ashley was asking you about it, you was like, huh? Who? What? When? You was acting like Helen Keller mixed with a little bit of Portia. I don't, girl, you know what you said. Own up and say that shit, okay? I don't know if it was because the bitch was drinking, but yeah. So, I'm sorry. I'm trying to read these notes, and trying to talk to y'all at the same time. So, bear with me, okay? So, the ladies are in New Orleans. They're all in New Orleans because Giselle wanted to not only host a vacation, but go back and, do some research on her family background. Giselle is a very fair-skinned woman, green eyes, long hair. Clearly, the woman is not 100% African-American. The bitch ain't even 75% African-American. You could tell she got some mixture in her. So, by them going to New Orleans and going to that plantation where her family members came from, I thought was super awesome because, a lot of African-American people or people that have African-American descent, especially in this country, we don't know our damn history. I know my grandmama on my daddy's side is from South Carolina, and my grandmama on my mama's side is from Virginia. But other than that, I don't know what country in Africa my family comes from. I don't know, if I'm mixed with Native American or if I'm mixed with, I have no idea. So I think it's awesome that Giselle could go back all the way to New Orleans and actually, see property where, her family lived. It might not have been the most ideal situations. Obviously, it was a plantation, slavery, women getting raped, to produce these fair-skinned kids. But I do think it's great that, Giselle can trace her, her lineage back, that way. And I think that's super cool. And I also think it's cool that her dad, walked and talked and conversed with you know, the great Martin Luther King Jr., and he was an activist in that way. So, you know, I thought that was really cool. You know, the ladies got to see the history and got to learn more about Giselle's family and her background. So I thought that was mad cool. You know, and then they did flash back at a scene when Katie, who used to be on the show, was arguing with these ladies, you know, saying, you know, you have to be mixed, you know, and Robin and Giselle were like, oh no, girl, I'm black. And, you know, Katie was like, no, girl, black people in Africa don't come out looking like you. And Katie was 100% correct. You know, I think people really need to, I think that because of slavery and because mixed people were basically thrown in the same, you know, group as African Americans because the white people that produced them didn't want to own them, which I will say, you know, white men in this country, the United States, are some of the originators of creating families, creating babies, and not taking care of them. Okay? If I believe right, Giselle said that it was a plantation owner that would come over to the slave yard and rape a black woman who then had 8 of her children. I can almost guarantee you that he wasn't taking care of this woman and her babies. I can almost guarantee you he wasn't financially supporting this woman and her children. He might have looked out for her in ways, but he wasn't taking care of them. And it's a lot of African Americans that are light-skinned like me, lighter than me, that are clearly products of slave rape. And I will say that white men in this country are some of the originators of creating families and not taking care of them. And that is proven in slavery. And Giselle's family story backs that up. Just wanted to throw that out there. But I do think it was cool that Giselle's father did all that activism, knew Martin Luther King, and that they can trace their lineage back. Giselle father, you shady as hell. Why you had to bring Karen up when you was talking about tax evade or whatever you was talking about financial stability or financial whatever you was talking about in that rim, and you said, ain't that right, Karen? That was shady. Giselle, stop talking to your daddy and talking to your family and talking shit about your friends to your family. That's why Karen don't want to fucking talk to you. When Giselle's dad said that and looked at Karen and was like, ain't that right, Karen? You know, basically throwing shade at Karen's financial, you know, situation. I just shook my head. Giselle, that's point 569 on why the fuck Karen don't want to talk to you. But that was cool. I appreciated that. The girls go out to party. Robin late, ghetto, Copper State. Husband worked at Copper State, ghetto. Robin didn't make it on time. But, you know, the ladies all went out. Karen decided to, you know, hang back. Karen old. You know, Karen is old. Karen is almost 60 years old. Karen don't want to go out all the time. You know, and Giselle made it a big deal that Karen was on FaceTime. And she decided not to go out with the ladies, you know. And I understand where Karen was coming from. Karen, you should have never said that you wanted to grieve. You should have just been like, bitch, I don't want to go out with y'all. I'm old. My bones hurt. This wig, this matted up braided wig is fucking squeezing my brain tight. And I want to take this bitch off. I'm going to sleep. That's all you had to say. You know, you didn't have to lie. You know, well, I don't know if it was a lie, but you didn't have to say, you know, oh, my parents died. I'm grieving. You ain't had to say all that. You could have simply just said, bitch, I'm going home. I'm going to my room. I'm tired. But of course, Giselle made a big deal out of that because everything's about Giselle. And she was so offended that, you know, Karen didn't want to go out with her. But yeah, she was on Instagram Live. That happens all the time, by the way. Just because somebody doesn't want to go out, but you see them online, you can lay in the bed and be online. I does it all the time. You know, so people kill me with, oh, you didn't want to hang out with me, but you was home on Instagram. Yeah, bitch. I was home on Instagram with my titties out, my coochie out, letting my coochie breathe, laying back, eating bonbons, watching Hulu, and I'm on my phone. You know what I'm saying? So, Giselle, get over yourself. Katie is a sloppy ass bitch, okay? Katie got drunk as shit, showing them flappy, flat air balloon titties. Karen is a drunk, not Karen. Katie is a drunk bitch, okay? She's a sloppy bitch, but I like her, though. I do like her. So I'm waiting to see what the fuck the bitch bring, because I like the bitch. So obviously, like I mentioned before, at the big dinner, it's a big blow up. Ashley's like, well, why are you bringing up this? And why are you talking about, why are you talking about me having a baby? What you think? The reason why she's talking about you having a baby, Ashley, is because you made it a big deal. You made it a big deal, Ashley. In the beginning of the season, you were made, you're drinking, you're eating healthy, you're not drinking, you're doing this, you sucking dick, you fucking, you trying to get pregnant. You made it a big point that you shouldn't drink. So when people see you drinking all the time, it is going to be questionable, bitch, is you really trying to get pregnant? Are you trying to get pregnant because you say you're having problems, you say you're trying to do this holistic thing, but girl, every single time I see you, you got a Corona light in your hand. So that's why. I don't know why Ashley was like acting all surprised, like, oh, why are you saying that? Why you say that's why, bitch? Because you made it a big deal and you keep drinking. And I also feel like Candace is low-key getting your ass back for the way that you did Monique last season, okay? You made it seem like Monique had a drinking problem. Monique was drunk when she got into that accident. And I do low-key think, Candace didn't appreciate that. And Candace wanted to get your ass together. Like, okay, you was talking about Monique and her having a drinking problem, making it seem like she was drinking all the time. But, bitch, you trying to get pregnant. And every time we see you, you got a Corona light in your hand. So, I do think, whatever Ashley did last year to Monique is coming the fuck around, bitch. Don't talk about people drinking when every single time we see your ass, you got a Corona in your hand. So, that's why, So, Giselle was drunk as hell. You can tell Giselle was drunk. She was throwing back that dark liquor. You know what I'm saying? Miss First Wife, my motherfucking ass. Okay? She was throwing them shots back like a true champion hoe. And, Giselle was drunk. You could tell. When Candace and Ashley was talking, you could tell Giselle was drunk. She was laying there all tore up. But, Ashley, put the bottle down if you're trying to conceive. I mean, we all know she conceived. She's pregnant now. You can go to her Instagram. We can see that. But girl, stop acting all, you act. See, that's what I hate about people. I hate people that act like they know everything else. But when it come to them, they act stupid. Bitch, don't act stupid now. You drinking like a fucking fish, bitch. And you condemned somebody else last season for drinking. And you claim you trying to get pregnant. So that's why she's bringing it up, okay? Giselle, Karen ain't ready to motherfucking talk to you. Katie, please do something with your hair and your style, girl. You looking real tired and through. Shout out to Kaya, Queen Kaya. And, so that's that on that. I'm going to be back next week to give commentary. I know I'm a little late. I apologize about that. I got a little sick. I got a little fucked up. I had to get myself back together. I had to get my finances back together. I had to get my work schedule back together. I did go out and put forth effort to get some things to put on the back of my walls here because, I know I'm as gorgeous as I am. I do know that I need some background, something going on in the background, so that's coming, so stay the fuck tuned, okay? And I'm about to get out of here. It's late. I'm exhausted. I got shit to do tomorrow. So until next time. Oh, before you leave, subscribe. Until next time, I'll talk to you later.